Hi everyone, it's me Nikita again. And just a quick reminder, I am a physiotherapist at a band 6 position practicing in the NHS in London, UK. And we are about to go through the third video in the HCPC series on my channel. Now, as promised in this video, I will be able to give you more information about the course information form. And I will also be able to exactly tell you which documents you would need to supply while applying for the HCPC registration. But just a quick recap, in our previous video, in video number 1, we reflected on some of the guidelines that physiotherapists who are trained internationally need to follow while applying for the HCPC. And in video number 2, I was able to actually show you how you could fill the HCPC form on the video. And if you have missed any of those, do not worry, do not stress. The links are right down in the description box below. So just go through them and you will be up to date with what we've covered so far. So moving on. So this is the international application forms page for the HCPC. And as we've done before, we will go down and we will just quickly open up the information or the application form. Now, because I have showed you previously all of this, I have previously filled out this in my previous video. For this time, what I am going to focus on is just this section over here, which says checklist. So firstly, you need to consent that you have read and understood the standards of proficiency for practicing physiotherapy or any other profession that you are submitting the form for. You need to understand the standards of conduct, performance, and ethics. You need to have ensured that you have read the guidance notes in the application form, and that is video number 1 on my YouTube channel right now. You need to ensure that you have given the correct email address for the scrutiny fee. And this is really important because HCPC always contacts you through the email address. You need to ensure that the copy of your ID is certified. Now, for most of us, it would just be a copy of our passport, or which we have a lawyer or a notary or someone from the judiciary system who has written that I have certified this document, giving the date and time. You need to ensure that your proof of address is certified, which is done in a manner similar to the passport. And this could either be your bank statements or your utility bills. You need to also have proof of any name change that you have undertaken in the past few years. And this could be either because you are married and you have a name change. Your passport photo should be attached to the first page of the application form. You also need to have certified copy of relevant qualification certificates. Now, this is crucial. This is important. So what I would recommend is, while you obviously give copies of your results or mark sheets from each of the physiotherapy years, if you have received a transcript from your university, I would definitely suggest that you submit those along with your application as well. Now, this is simply because there is no harm in providing additional documentation when you submit your HCPC application. However, if you submit lesser documents and the HCPC feels that your application is incomplete, they will return the documents back to you, and this is going to delay your process of HCPC registration even further. So don't only submit your mark sheets, submit your internship completion certificate, submit your transcripts and everything that you have got from your university and from your college. Finally, you also need to provide your course information form. And this I am going to dwell a little more in the next few minutes. So just hold on to that thought. And finally, you need to provide at least one completed form related to your professional experience with contact details. Now, this section is exactly in your application form where you either talk about your internship experience or your relevant work experience. And just to elaborate briefly, while we said in the last video that, let's just come to work experience section real quickly. So professional experience section. So last time, while we filled out all of this content and I listed out exactly the points that you would want to write down in this blank section, let's just read carefully what this says. We encourage you to provide any additional information from your employer or supervisor separately to supplement the details that you have provided in this section. And what this means is that while you have written down clearly what were your job responsibilities and duties, if you have a letter from your employer or supervisor or manager, it would go a long way. So for me, my manager basically just wrote a letter saying that I was able to see n number of children during the week, but also beyond that, that I was responsible for undertaking some trainings, groups, and I was managing my own documentation and maintaining records quite well. And this letter is also something that you will have to attach to your HCPC application. So once you have done all of this, this ensures that you have submitted, or that you are confirming that you have submitted all of these documents within your HCPC application. So real quickly, just a quick recap of what you have to actually submit. You need to submit your certified copy of ID, which could be your passport. You need to submit a certified copy of proof of address, which could be a bank statement or a utility bill. Your passport photo needs to be attached to the first page of the application form. You need to have certified copies of relevant education and qualification, which can be your mark sheets, your transcripts, your internship completion certificates. You also need to provide certified and the original copy of the course information form. And this is something that we're going to review in a minute. And finally, you need to provide at least one letter of professional experience and the contact details. So moving on, what is the course information form? Oh, actually, let's just do it through this. So if you come to your international application page, you will see the HCPC course information form. And this here, right here, is the course information form. So what you need to do is fill in your details and ask the college to fill in these details for you. And once they send it back to you, you need to attach this along with your HCPC application form. Now, to make it easier for you guys, I have been able to pull up my course information form that I submitted when I was completing my HCPC application. And just because it is over 87 pages, I am not going to run through all of it. But what I am hoping to do is just maybe going through the first section for it. So, like I said, my name is Nikita. I studied in Father Muller Medical College, and I've written the institution's email address. I've also given the email ID. I've also mentioned the phone numbers. My course was called Bachelor of Physiotherapy, which started in October 2013 and was completed by August 2018. This is a place where the institution will place their stamp or seal. So this is just the first section for you guys, just to explain quickly what I have been able to fill out for the rest 87 pages. So one of the first subjects that I did when I was in physiotherapy was anatomy. And now I've broken it down, saying I did it for 0 to 12 months, which is the entire first year. And I spent about 240 hours studying anatomy, of which 150 hours was theory, 90 hours was practicals, and that was about 8 hours per week. So the lectures had 4 hours per week, and the practicals were for 3 hours per week. And then we either had seminars or tutorials for 1 hour per week. And now you'll be like, oh, Nikita, all of this is fair and good, but where did you find this information? Well, the answer to this is simple. If you go to your university's webpage, you should ideally find a document that gives you the content of what you are going to be studying over the course of 4 years. And this is where you will receive the syllabus copy. And all of this information is just taken from the syllabus copy. So now, just a little more quickly. So what was theory? In theory, we had all of these things. And this again further got divided into embryology, regional anatomy, which had thorax, abdomen, pelvis, endocrine glands, musculoskeletal system, upper limb, lower limb, neuroanatomy. So basically you get the idea. It was a lot of anatomy, but all of this needs to be systematically written down so that it's clearly understood by the people who are going to be reading your application that you have significantly and successfully completed all of these topics in your undergraduate degree. So what was the assessment method? Well, it was verbal, written, and practical. And these were the marks that were allocated for each of them. So it was 100 marks for written, 30 marks for verbal, and 50 marks for practical. And was this undertaken at the institution? Obviously, yes, because COVID was not prevalent at that point of time. But clearly, so this is about anatomy. And then in a similar way, I had physiology and whoa, this is really wrong. But you get the idea, right? This is what I would like you all to, or what I would suggest that you all write in this course information form and get it stamped and sealed by your institutional head. So that was all for today. Now, in case you are bubbling with questions or any part of the course information form or the documents that you need to submit is not clear, just let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you. But also, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Looking forward to hearing from y'all. Thank you.